All right, here we go. Graphing, period 6. Welcome back. Day after Martin Luther King Jr. Day observance, 3-day weekend. Hopefully, you guys chilled, relaxed. Hopefully, your football team won. Green Bay Packers will be playing Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buffalo Bills looks like a good team against Kansas City Chiefs next week. The winners will go to the Super Bowl February 7th. February 7th. No Super Bowl party, guys. We usually have a big party. Nope. No COVID. Come on. You guys do your own thing this time. So we're going to keep it small. Keep it small. All right. So make sure you don't say no. All right. So we're going to do graphing today. And how do you do graphing? Now, there's a format. Okay. So what happens is that we've used letters X and Y. So there is a format. Okay. So basically, here's the graphing. Here's a graph. Go ahead and draw the graph real quick. Okay. So before we go ahead and do that, we're going to say, okay, the line that goes this way, horizontal, is your X. And then this obviously is your Y, right? Because in the graph, you have your X and your Y. So if I were to say, hey, give me 1 comma 3, basically the first number is always your X. Your second number is the Y. So how do you remember this? Alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, blah, 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 X, Y. Right? That's an easy way to remember your alphabet. Which one goes first, right? And then also the other way is I created a story. In high school you got, you know, kids they break up with their ex, and guess what happens? You know, hey, I got back with my ex, and then what do people say? Why? Right? X Y. Hey, I got back with my ex. Why? X Y. I don't know. I don't know. Just created. So there you go. Right. So your X Y. So remember, your X is your first number. So you're gonna start in the origin, and obviously you're gonna go 1. So the positive is this way. So 1, and then positive 3 is up. Right. 1, 2, 3. So that's your 3. So 1, comma 3. Right, and that is your A. Okay, so there's your A. Now, so that's what's called your quadrant 1. So anything, not on the line, but anything that's away from the line in this area is your quadrant 1. Yeah, this was the first notes, correct though. Okay, so for the most part, that's quadrant 1. So we know it as Q1. So any coordinate inside here, not on the line, not on the line, because you can't determine if it's on the line, does it go to one or the other one, right? So that's why it's not on the line. Now the blue is another coordinate, a quadrant. So that's called Q2, quadrant 2. So which means that we'll do B, okay? And that's going to be, since the X is always the first number, it's either going to go right or left. Okay, so we're going to do left because we want to be in the blue section. So remember, the first number is your X. It's either going to go right or left. Right is positive, left is negative. So in order to get to the blue, I need a negative, right? I have to go to negative. So let's do -3. So I'll put -3. And then I got to go up. That's positive. So let's do -3, comma 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll put 5 here. So it has to be like that, right there, and that's your B. Okay, -3, comma 5. See that? So that is basically quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. Okay. Now, and it goes counterclockwise. All right, so that's kind of the way it's formulated, okay? So now we have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, and then quadrant 3. So that'll be the orange. Anywhere, it could be anywhere, all right, on the left side. So that's going to be the orange. So remember that this was the yellow, okay, this was the yellow. The other one was, oh, blue. Oop, there it is. Oop, sorry about that. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Blue, blue, blue. There you go. Blue. Anywhere, anywhere, anywhere in the blue. But not on the line. It could be over here, all the way over here. Right? Infinity. Negative and then a positive. Alright? So here we go. So now how about when we get to C, which is the C, this is going to be quadrant 3. So remember, the X is first. So it's going to be left or right. In order to get here anywhere, I have to go left. So that's negative. So let's pick negative. Let's keep this line going. Let's say negative 5. So the first number is going to be negative 5. Now to get to the orange anywhere, I have to go what? Up or down? Anybody? Up or down to get to the orange? Down, and down is always negative, right? So then I'm gonna pick a number, let's say negative 6. Right? So negative 6. There you go. So now I'm gonna go ahead and color it. Ready? Set, go. Here we go. Orange. So negative 5, negative 6. Negative 5, and then down. It has to be on a straight line. Negative 6 right there. That's gonna be 6. Got it? So far, so good. Right? Oh. So now, so that's quadrant 3. So the last one is quadrant what? The green. Anywhere. Quadrant 4. Q4. Quadrant 4. Okay, so I'm going to do the green. So remember, the X is first. X, Y. Right? So anywhere in the green, the first number has to be what? Positive or negative? If I want to be in the green, it's going to be positive. So let's say positive 1, 2, 3. Let's say 4. Let's put 4 right there. So 4. Now, what about the Y? Is it going to go up or down? Jorge. Jorge Renteria. Am I going to go up or down to be anywhere in the green?
You're gonna go. See what? You're gonna go up a little. You're gonna go to.
So I want to be in the green section. So I'm going 4, and then am I going to go down or up?
Oh,
Down. So it's going to be negative. So I could pick negative a million. Still going to be in the green. I could pick negative 99, negative 4, negative. I could pick any number, but as long as it's positive, then negative, it's going to be in the green. So I'm going to pick negative. I'll put negative 6 again. All right. So 4, negative 6. Bam. All right. So go ahead and copy that. I'll go ahead and pause the video real quick. I'm going to pause it. So all we did was the coordinates and we got points, right? Now let's do the graphing. Okay. So remember, in graphing, you have X and Y. So what happens is that you have to create an equation. All right. So one of the equations for graphing looks like this. Well, it has to be in this form. Y equals mx plus b form. All right. It's in the y equals mx plus b form. What does that mean, mister? Okay. Well, your y and your x are part of the coordinates. All right. So they're just going to stay by itself. Okay. The y and the x are always going to be there, which means that your m is going to be a number. And your B is plus or minus, all right? Even though it says plus, you can't put plus or minus. You just put plus. And if it's negative, you put a negative, right? Simple like that. So now what's going to happen is that it's going to have a number or a fraction, okay? So here I'm going to put 3, and here I'm going to put plus 7. But what do those numbers mean? Okay, how do you graph something? Well, you have a graph here. So let's just go ahead and draw the graph. Okay, there's your graph. And you have your X and your Y, right? So what does this number mean, the B? Okay, so the B is always what's called your starting point. Okay, so this is always your starting point on the y-axis. Okay, on the y-axis or axis. Okay, so whatever it is, that's your starting point. That's how you're going to start your graph. So what number is it? It's 7. So let's just go, let's start here. It's on the Y, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there. Okay, so that's your starting point, and we're gonna go ahead and put a dot right there. Okay, that's it, 7. Okay, so far so good. So what did I do? Remember, it has later on we're gonna say, but Mister, what if it's not in this form? Then we'll go ahead and I'll teach you that, all right, which is on the district benchmark. So here we go, all right, plus 7. Now, where's the line? Well, it's going to go this way, this way, this way. It's going to go all these different ways, but how's it going to go? So now what you need is this M, it means the slope, right? But for us, I always thought, oh, well, why can't it mean the move, where it's going to move, where the line's going to be moving to, right? So, yeah, so M is the change in Y over the change in X, okay? Change of Y. Some teachers say rise over run. Yeah, but that's not really the meaning. Yeah, rise over run, yeah. But it's the change of Y over the change of X. So basically, you're going to put, it's the number 3, and there's nothing but 3 over 1 is 3, right? So you're going to start again with 7, and you're going to go, because the change of Y is up or down, we're going to go up.
Wait, I'm confused. How'd you get the 1?
Oh, because remember, 3 over 1 is 3, right? And we need to change it. And you're going to see, well, why do you change it? Because we need to move it. Because if we just put 1, 2, 3, dot, 1, 2, 3, dot, it's going to be a straight line up and down. But remember, we want a line that goes like this or like that. Right? So, and you'll start noticing later when we start getting fractions. So 3 over 1 is 3, right? 10 over 1 is 10. 20 over 1 is 20, right? So because we need to move it 3 up, but then remember, X goes positive, negative. So now it's going to go to the right. So now this is where we're going to move it. It's called a slope, right? It's a slope. It's the, like when you're skiing. Oh, dude, those are gnarly slopes, man. Wow, look at that. That's a cool mountain, dude. I'm gonna snowboard like crazy. Oh yeah, right? Yeah. I don't know. So 3, 1. So we're just gonna do a few. Ready? So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then 1 to the right. So let's just go like this. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then 1. and then you're going to mark it. Okay, because that's with the 1. It's nicer with the graph paper, but we don't have graph paper. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. And you notice that it's going to create a. Now, if you have paper, I don't have a ruler, but I could use this right here. See, a little side of paper. Just fold it, and then there's my straight line. Okay, see that? 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. You see that? That's pretty cool, right? Now, is that a complete graph? We started there, but now what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Alyssa, are you back? Are you here, Alyssa? No? How about Emma? Emma, are you back? No, crickets. All right. And
I'm still a little confused, so I don't.
we'll do. I mean, you'll get confused on the first one. We'll keep doing it, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, we'll do another one. Don't think like, oh, the first one, and if you don't get it, that's okay. All right, then we'll do another one. So again, so now I need the other part, right? So instead of going up, what's the opposite of going up? Going down, right? And the opposite of making a right, you're gonna go. Remember, it has to be a straight line. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 1, it's gonna be like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 1. It's gonna be like the line's gonna be like that. That's not a straight line. So you know that it has to be the other way. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, and then 1. And then you'll see, now it's a straight line. Okay? And there you go. See that? Because the other one, you went -3 divided by -1. What's negative divided by negative? A positive, right? It's the same thing. See, it's the same thing. All right? You're just doing the other side of the line. Okay? So now, I know you probably like, I don't get it, Mr. Okay, no problem. We'll do another one, okay? So here we go, guys. So now remember, y equals mx plus b. So remember your b is what? What did I say? It's your what? Starting point on the y-axis, right? So where is that? So I like to highlight it. If you want to highlight it, here's your starting point right here. Okay, there's your starting point. So you could have highlighted. That's another way. That's your starting point on your y-axis. So I want +3. So here's 0. So 1, 2, 3. Here's your +3. Right? So then I'm going to mark it. Okay, I'm going to mark it. Because technically that's 0,3. So I should put that like right there, 0,3. All right, but here it's 3. But in the graph, it's 0,3. Just like this one. It's 7, but you're not going to, but in the graph, it's 0,7. So if you want to put that real quick, all right? Because your x is 0 and your y is 7. X is 0 because there's your origin, y is 3. Okay? So again, your m is where you're going to start moving. Okay, so what is it? The change in y over the change of x. And remember, the y is always up or down, and the x is right or left. So what is it? What's your m? Your m is 2, right? 2. It's 2. But I need to put a fraction. It needs to be a fraction. So what do we have? What are we gonna put on the bottom? We can't put 0, right? We got to put also 1 because 2 over 1 is 2. If you put 2 over 0, that's undefined. right? 2 divided by 0, there's no such thing. All right, so that's why we have to put a 1, because 2 over 1 is 2, because we need a change. So now what are we going to do? We're going to what? We're going to go ahead and go up. Why are we going to go up? Because it's what? Positive. And then we're going to go to the right. Why are we going to go to the right one? Because it's negative. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Ready? Here we go. So we're going to go up 2 and then to the right. So here we go. 1, 2, and then we'll do 1 here to the right 1. 1, 2, and then we'll add 1 here to the right. 1, 2, and then to the right. I'm matching it with this one. Okay, 1, 2, and then to the right. So I'm going to do another one. See that? So there's 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, and then 1. 1, 2. You don't need to do these lines right here. Okay, you could just put dots. Okay, so that creates what? 1/2 of the line. So I'm going to draw a line. Should be a straight line. Okay, see that? Straight line. Now, what's the opposite of going up? What's the opposite? Anybody?
Negative.
Right, the opposite is negative. So -2, so instead of going up, I'm going to go down. So that's going to be -2. And instead of going right, I'm going to go left, which is -1. Is that the same? Yeah, because negative divided by negative is positive. So now let's go down. 1, 2, and then 1. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. Mark it. 1, 2, 1. Mark it. 1, 2, 1. Mark it. All right, and that should be a straight line as well. I mean, it might be a little crooked because we don't have the exact, but more or less you get it. You see, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. So that's kind of the form. All right, the next one is y equals mx plus b, right? So it's in this form. So let's go ahead and do your b. So here's your b. Remember, that's your starting point on the y-axis. And it's -4. Well, -4, that's 0 right there. So it could be a -4. That's okay. So let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your -4. And then let's just do some way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. Okay, we don't have to. I'll give you 30 seconds to do that. Sorry if I'm a little rushed. So here we go. So here we go, right? -4. Okay, -4. That's your starting point. We gotta put it. Boom. Which is technically 0, comma -4. Again, 0, -4. That's the point. Okay. So now you need to move it. Okay, so here's your m. So your m is your change in y over the change of x. Okay, change of y. Again, people would say rise over run. Yeah, rise or go down, right? The sunrise or sunset, and then right or left. I mean, but I like to explain it what it means. What do you mean rise over? It's the change in y, which it goes up or down, and the change of x. All right. So, but there's no m. Does anybody know what we're gonna put there? 0 or your invisible 1?
1.
Yeah, your invisible 1. That's your invisible 1. Okay, so now I have a y. 1 over 1. Right? And they're both positive. So y is going to go up, and then x is going to go to the right. So from the starting point, you're going to go up 1 and 1 to the right. Up 1, 1 to the right. Okay, so let's do this. And then I'm going to go ahead and play music while I do this. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Let's do this. Go. go, go, go. Here we go. 1, 1. Mark it. 1, 1. Mark it. 1, 1. Mark it. 1, 1. 1, 1. There you go. Now let's draw a line. I'm using my paper. You can even use a go in your and you have a box right here. I could use this too. Look at it. My spaghetti angel hair. Look at that right there. There you go. Look at that. Nice. Woohoo. All right. So that's one side, right? Now I got to do the other side of the starting point. So now instead of going up, I'm going to go what? Down. And then to the what? To the right or to the left? If I go to the right, 1, 1, it's gonna be like it's gonna be a angle. It's not gonna be a straight line. So I have to do the opposite, right to the left. So 1, 1, 1. Yeah.
Can I leave class early because I just got a call that
Right. So now the other thing is that we're gonna go down and then to the left. Okay. So down. Ready? 1, 1. And it might be off, but just make sure it's a straight line. Okay? So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and that's it, about 4. And then you could go ahead and finish off the line. All right, here we go. And there's your straight line. See that? Straight line going up. And how do you read it? And then how do you read it? See, it's going up. From the left to the right, it's going up. See, from the left to the right, it's going up. All right? So remember, the starting point could be positive or negative. Any of them could be positive or negative. All right? So let's go ahead and do another one. All right? So that's 4. Okay? So let me go ahead and pause this real quick. All right. So now, what's your? Oh, sorry. Oh, stop the recording. Go ahead and do the grid. Sorry, the grid. The grid would be my starting point. So remember, where am I going to start? On the y-axis, correct? And remember, that's going to be always your B. So what is my starting point? Where am I going to start? Where am I going to put the first dot? What number is that? -1, right? So where is that? -1 is right there. That's your -1. Okay? So your -1's right there. Okay? So now you're going to need to move it. So again, your M is your change in Y over the change of X, which is 6. And remember, all of them we were doing over 1. Over 1. So this one's going to be over 1 as well. Okay? So remember, they're positive. So now I'm going to go up 6 from right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to the right, 1. And then I could do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to the right, 1. More or less, right? Now, instead of going up, remember, now I'm going to go down to get the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1. And that's fine. That's good. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my angel hair box. Straight edge. Right? And then I'm just going to draw a line. Hopefully it's straight. But it's, I mean, as long as you get it, make a straight line. And there you go. Okay? There you go. That's it. See, now from the left to right, it's going up. Right here, it's going this way. So it's a lot steeper, right? It's a lot steeper because it's a high number. Look at the 1, it's going this way. Look at the other one, a 2, and then the 3. So it's a lot steeper the bigger it is, right? It's like, whoa, I can't climb that mountain. It's too steep, right? And that's basically what it is right there. Bam. So far, so good. So here we go, guys. So now again, your starting point is what? -3 on the y-axis. So where's -3? 1, 2, 3. Right here, this is your -3. So I'm going to put a dot, which is 0, comma, -3. Right? 0, because it's on the line. So 0, and then -3, because the y is on -3, right? You see that? Remember, it's x, y. So the y is -3, but if it's on the line, any of the line, one of them has to be 0. Okay? So if y is your number, then x is 0. If x is your number, then y is your 0. So that's a way to remember that. But for now, we've been saying 0, like this one was 0, comma, -1. Okay? Because the y is -1, so your x is 0 because it's on the line. All right, so now we're going to do what? The m is the change in y over the change of x, which is what? 4 over 1, right? 4 over 1. So now remember, y is up or down, so since it's positive, it's going to go up, and then 1 to the right. So here we go. Ready? Let's do some music. Here we go. 4 up, 1 to the right. 4 up, 1 to the right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the right. Make sure it's and then go back opposite, down and to the left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, left. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. It's a little crooked, but we get it. Angel Hair, here you go, my sponsor. And it should be a straight line. Should be a straight line. There we go. There you go. See that? And it's going up. That means it's positive. The M. Bam. All right. So far, so good. Good job. So that's it for the examples.